Stay with me, my peoples. We about to kick off Goofiest of the Oofiest in a few minutes. And let me just tell y'all right now, we're gonna be talking about some of the goofiest figures in the sport of boxing. So you guys start thinking, because I'm gonna be sending that link, and you can tap in, call in, chime in, who you got as goofiest of the oofiest in boxing. I'll be back, my people. Think about it. Who you think is a goofball? Is it a coach? Is it a trainer? Is it a fighter? Is it a sanctioning body? I'll be back with you, my people's goofiest of the oofiest. It's about to kick off in a few, y'all. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Goofiest, the podcast. Check it, my peoples. Salute to everybody tuning in on Box Center with Jay Smith. Salute to everybody on Box Center 2.0. We about to go in. Oofiest of the Oofiest, the podcast. Y'all know what this is about. We're going to be talking about different situations that's taking place in the sport of boxing. We're going to highlight some people, some situations, and whatnot. But once again, salute to everybody tuning in, my peoples. Happy Monday to everybody. Beautiful day. And I just want to say, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button, because we're about to go in. And I'm about to share the link. Just listen, the way we kicking this thing off, my peoples, I'm sharing that link. Okay, I'm sharing that link. Anybody who want to show up, damn, y'all going in. What's the deal, my peoples? John Parham in the building. JJ's in there, has in the building. Marie in the building. Shaku hands. You know he always come through. Check it, my peoples. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and share this link with y'all real quick. Put it right here in the comment for you. And let the chips fall where they may. If I could only find where to put this shit at. Hold on, my people. I'm gonna send myself the link so then I can post the shit from a different device. This is crazy. Here we go. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Make sure everything is good. So now we can post this link from over here. I think. Copy the link. Oh, my peoples. Try something here. Damn. There you go, my peoples. That's the link right there. Who want to be the first one? Click on that link. And by the way, listen, we're gonna have a top 10 Goofiest of the Oofiest for 2026. I'm gonna tell you three of them right now. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but these are three of the Goofiest of the Oofiest in no particular order. Okay, one, Mauricio Sulaiman. Y'all know what he did. You know what he did. Decided to strip the face of boxing, Terrence Crawford, of that WBC title. They're gonna take a L. The WBC taking the L. Remember, I told you that. Goofiest of the Oofiest, Mauricio Sulaiman. Who else is the goofiest of the Oofiest? I'm gonna tell you. The goofy fans who said that titles didn't mean nothing, and titles don't mean nothing because it's about the money, but now they're saying that Terrence Crawford got to pay the sanctioning fees. So wait a minute. So titles don't mean nothing, and other people don't got to fight for titles if they don't want to. They just got to get money. Terrence Crawford getting money, but no. He got to pay the sanctioning fees. Goofballs, goofiest of the oofiest fans right there. Shackle hands, you know I ain't lying, bro. Keep it 100. Goofballs. And here's the next goofiest of the oofiest. Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya months ago, and he like, nah, belts don't mean nothing. I'd rather get a belt in a flea market, for a couple $100. The Ring Magazine belt, that's the real one. Because the best gotta fight the best, and only like that you get that belt. But now, Mauricio the Goofball Sulaiman strips Terrence Crawford, and now all of a sudden Oscar De La Hoya is like, oh, Crawford don't know how to act. He gotta pay the fee like everybody else. Goofball De La Hoya. Goofiest of the Oofiest. Oscar De La Hoya. So my peoples, listen. Hit that link and let me know who y'all think is the goofiest of the oofiest. But I gave y'all three right there. I got a few more goofballs down the pipe. But I want to see what y'all got, man. We back in the building, my peoples. We almost fell off the map. I did fall off the map for a second, but I got back with y'all. Larry, Larry, it's a goofball. You're out of here, dummy. Wanted a little bit of attention, dummy. My peoples, don't get it twisted. We in the building. Let me see. I don't know what the hell I just did. Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to get the link. I'm trying to pin the link, and it didn't work out exactly the way I expected it. Let's just say. We in the building. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, my peoples. Let's make sure everything is up and running. This right here. Damn, man, when you're working with multiple channels at the same time, I'm the engineer, the editor, the everything that's happening. It's me, my peoples. I'm on now. So let me see. I want to go in with this one. Shaku hand. You can't ban him. This golf ball. They can't stop me, bro. They can't do it to us. My peoples, I was trying to pin the link, but damn, I'm struggling with that. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can pin it. Hold on. I'm over here getting my ass kicked by technology, yo. So let me say, I should log in with this one. Bam. And maybe, hold on, my Put that link right there. Boom. Now, get the link is up. Let me see to this live. This one. My peoples, check out the link right there. If you tuning in on Box Center with Jay Smith, behind the scenes, that's the link right there. Don't, bam. JJ Sendejas, Daniel Negron, John Parham, Marie. Yo, my peoples, that's the link right there. Center 2.0. My people, express yourself. I gave y'all three of the goofiest. I'm missing an image. I gave y'all three of the goofiest of the oofiest. Now, I am gonna have a top 10 goofiest of the oofiest for the end of the year. Though those are the goofiest of 2026. Those are the goofiest of 2026, my peoples. That's how it's gonna go down. We're gonna have a top 10, but I gave you guys three. Mauricio Sulaiman. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let's find him. Mauricio Sulaiman, goofball. Goofiest of the oofiest. We've been over this. You guys know. This is facts. Goofball. Now, I gotta put y'all on to something. Gotta put y'all on. So, we spoke about the boxing that took place here in the Dominican Republic on today's episode of Boxing for Breakfast. Right? We addressed it. Technical difficulties, but we handled it, my people. We on it. So you guys know that we spoke about what took place in the Dominican Republic. There was a fight where our guy of the Oofiest. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people felt like, by the way, the two fighters, Eric Mini Pac-Man Rosa, and I forgot the first name, but the Mexican fighter, his last name is De La Mora. And obviously, with Eric Mini Pac-Man being from Dominican Republic, fighting in Dominican Republic, we was rooting for him to win. You know, I was rooting for him to win, of course. The way the fight played out is really hard to say that he won. Honestly, my peoples, it's really, really hard for me to tell you guys that he won that fight. You know why? Because throughout the fight, this kid was outworking him, landing the cleaner shots, being more consistent, making him miss a lot of punches. When I heard that last bell, my hope was that maybe they could get him a draw. Like, you know what? He's fighting in his hometown. Maybe a draw could happen. One of the judges scored the fight 90 to 80. He gave him every single round. Every one. He didn't give us to this Mexican kid. That judge is without a doubt the oofiest of the oofiest. He need to be fired. In fact, he need to be fired. You don't need to be a judge no more. In a fight like that, you score every single round for the hometown fighter when most people there felt he lost the fight. The hometown crowd. Listen, when they said unanimous decision, I didn't know who won, right? But I'm thinking it's the Mexican kid. When they said the first two cards had it 8 rounds to 2. 8 rounds to 2 and 8 rounds to 2. And that was enough for me to say, damn, yo, I lost. Damn. The Mexican kid got him. That's it. He got him. And then the last scorecard, 90-80. I was like, oh my goodness. We got swept. This kid swept him. And then they announced that our guy won the fight. I couldn't believe this shit. Listen, when they announced that he won and they raised his arm, our crowd, the hometown crowd, started booing. Imagine that. Our people started booing. Boo, boo, going like this. No, no. And then this kid, De La Mora, he's crying, yo. Literally crying. I'm sure he can't believe what just happened. You're watching the fight, it looked like he dominated. Well, the crowd started chanting his name. He's Mexican in the Dominican Republic, fighting our guy who's a former world champion, and the crowd was chanting his name, yo. Somebody picked him up and everything. So he walked out of here with the L, heartbroken, of course, but the crowd gave him his respect. The crowd gave it to him. But that was crazy, my peoples. Like, watching that fight, I was so disappointed, y'all. Like, wow. Wow. They really did it like that. So, once again, those three judges, especially the one that scored it 90-80, they without a doubt the Goofiest of the Oofiest, my peoples. Without a shred of doubt. Vote them in. Eli, hola, salute, bam. Did you see this fight, man? That was crazy. Anybody, listen, anybody who saw this fight knows what I'm talking about. That was crazy. But my peoples, let me know who are you voting for Goofiest of the Oofiest. There's the link right there. Tap that link. Don't be scared. Be the first one or even the only one. You never know. Wow, man. Look, honestly, I can't wait to see what's next for Terrence Crawford. Just because I want to show you guys. I want you to see that this move from Mauricio the Golf Ball Sulaiman to strip Terrence Crawford is not going to slow down his training. I want you guys to see that Bud is still going to be able to get that money, still going to be able to get the big fights, is still going to be able to do him. Ain't stopping nothing. But you is going to diminish. Some people don't believe me when I say it. Like, You guys, especially you guys, because there's people in Box Center 2.0 that they don't know about Jay Stradamus just yet. They could think, oh, he got lucky. But you guys been around long enough to know what's up. You should know about it. When Jay Stradamus tell you this is it, this is it. And Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC, they gonna take a nasty L. You could have let Terrence Crawford hold on to that belt 4 or 5 months, vacate on his own when he ready to go to 160. Oh no, you wanted to take it from me. Give me 350,000. I know you're not gonna defend that, but I need 350K. Okay, y'all gonna let that sizzle in your spirit when you see how this whole thing plays out. I know, Jay Smith, that you know. That means you guys are very experienced at watching fights and not home cooking. Chapu Hands J. I think the link is acting like it wants to be added to Goofiest of the Oofiest. Did you try to hit the link? Let me know, my peoples. If you try to hit the link and it's not going through, it's a certain amount of time. That's why. So, my peoples, if anybody try to hit that link and it didn't work, let me. That's the way it works. Yes, I tried, but you know my phone. Now I got you. Let me send it again. Let me send it again, and you can try it. Hold on. You wanna express yourself about Mauricio the Goofball Sulaiman? Hold on, let me hit it right here. Make sure. That shit is crazy. I hit the link. It told me I gotta update my YouTube. It told me to update my YouTube. Goofball shit, my peoples. See, that's what happens when you go live. My phone is on some goofball shit too, bro. I'm gonna send a new link right now, but my phone is on the goofiest of the oofiest. Look, another one added to the list of goofiest of the oofiest. My phone. How you how you decided that this is the time for you to start loading? What kind of shit is that? Well, oh well. I guess that's what happens when you're running this type of show. Okay, let me see. Let me because I got a link, but I'm not sure if this link, if I just got a. Oh, I think okay, here we go. I'm gonna resend the link. It's working. The link is working. Copy. There's the link right there. Bam! That one is working. There you go. Let me know. Make sure if it's not working, you let me know. You already know, my people. There's the link. Let me share it also on Box Center 2.0. Reshare it. Make sure everybody can see it if they need to tap in. and express themselves. Boom. There we go, my peoples. The link is up on Box Center with Jay Smith. The link is up on Box Center 2.0. Who is the goofiest of the oofiest? I already told y'all Mauricio Sulaiman, Oscar De La Hoya, and hating ass fans. Damn, them fans be hating, y'all. Y'all be hating. Some of y'all be hating. Let me know if you got it, Shaku Hands. If you can. There's so many things going on over here. JJ Sendejas, enjoy it, my brother. Enjoy your dinner, my G. The wheelchair guy, the veggie salad, the vegetable salad. My peoples, there's the link right there, but y'all scared to death. Golly. You're scared. And by the way, you don't have to go with your face. You don't have to put your, because I know people be scared to death putting their face behind their words. Yo, tap that link and leave the camera turned off and express yourself. You see how easy it is to type away. Ooh, y'all be wilding out on that keyboard. Ooh, y'all be wilding out on the keyboard, huh? Then be scared to death. It's not working, G, on mine. The last link that I sent, because not the one that is. Yo, Shaco Hands, hit me up on IG. You got my IG, bro. Hit me up on IG. I'm gonna send you the link to right there. I think you got my Box Center IG, right? Hit me up on Instagram. Shaco Hands, gotcha. Yeah, easy. Easy money like that. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I don't know what be going on, my people. But then again, the show is the goofiest of the oofiest. Goofy shit gotta happen, right? Goofy shit gotta happen, my people. Mauricio Sulaiman, hating ass fans. And then you got Oscar De La Hoya, which we're switching sides. One day the bells don't matter. He prefers in a flea market, couple $100. The next day Crawford gotta pay his fees. Golly. That's quite brutal. Brutal, I tell you. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Bam, check out the link right there. That one gotta work. My peoples, express yourself. And and listen, just because you're not hitting the link doesn't mean you can't express yourself in the comments. You could say you could say who you think is the goofiest of the oofiest. Here we go, my peoples. Link sent. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Skits. Oh, here we go, my peoples. Somebody's gonna express themselves. Bam.
Yo, what up? Man, it's crazy out here. 26 degrees. I just came in the house. I'm just like, yo, I gotta get to the goofiest of the oofiest.
Three goofiest of the oofiest are Oscar De La Hoya, because he said didn't mean nothing. He would prefer to buy it in a flea market for a couple $100. But then after Terrence Crawford don't pay the fee, he like, oh, he's acting like a kid. He got to pay the fee. Now titles mean something when
Yeah,
Crawford got stripped. So he the goofiest of the goofiest for that. Then
yeah.
Mauricio Sulaiman for stripping Terrence Crawford. Oofiest of the oofiest. And of course, the fans who said titles didn't mean nothing for certain fighters, like, oh, now he making money, titles don't mean nothing. But now they're saying, nah, Crawford gotta pay the fee like everybody else. Now the fee, now they back in the sanctioning body when they never have. Goofiest of the oofiest.
And Oscar De La Hoya, right? On Share This Shout is the
Yo, Oscar
goofiest.
De La Hoya, goofy as hell, man. But let me know your
Nah,
take.
Mauricio. Mauricio is the worst. Mauricio is the worst. We missed it last week, but we still on his helmet every day until the end of this year. We're gonna see what happens. Like you said earlier, like some other people said, throwing that alley oop to Zufa, throwing that alley oop to Turkey, all that's good. Turkey already got the cheese. Now he got the team with him. It's like, yo, you in trouble. Because all they doing is using their money to make a big conglomerate. And once they make a big conglomerate, you're not going to be able to defend against them. If you're claiming that you're giving to the people, but you're not really giving to the people, then what are you doing but being a crook?
I don't understand though how they say that they giving all this money to all these people. Where will these people at? Where they at?
All the people broke. All the people
But
are sick. You know what I'm saying? They got CTE from all of the damage that they took in the boxing ring. And it's like, where's the thanks that we get? This is the thanks that we get, that we got to go to the WBC convention and beg for money. Nah, dude, you should be giving us money regularly. Should be like, yo, this is one of my fighters. It's one of my prize fighters. Here, dropping them another 20,000 a month or something like that. Like something.
you're collecting, right, thousands of dollars in fees. And when it comes to these fights, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. And just think about all of the champions they have across all of the different divisions, but all of the big fights that they have had during the last 10, 15 years. And you're telling me that in sanctioning fees, they haven't even put together $1 million? Bro, for all them fights, and you put together 900 and something $1,000, yo, you gotta be taking like $1,500, $2,000 a fight to put in the pot.
And like you said earlier, like you always say, Canelo's his man, but Canelo dropped the belt too. And nobody gonna talk about that. Canelo dropped the belt too.
But
Mr.
also,
WBC dropped the belt before.
that wasn't a problem.
Nobody's gonna talk about that.
No, but it also wasn't a problem when Canelo Alvarez had Benavidez as the number one challenger, and the fight was never mandated by the WBC. Benavidez kept winning,
And
winning,
somebody,
winning, winning, and it never got mandated.
and somebody said, which I don't know if this is true. Somebody said that that's why they took that belt from Bivol that quick, because even though he was injured or whatever, he's scheduled for the trilogy. They knew that he was scheduled for the trilogy, but they knew that they owed Benavidez. They took that joint with the quickness.
And no, this one that they stripped from Terrence Crawford. Now two people gonna fight. Somebody's gonna be made into a paper champion. And who's the winner gonna fight? Canelo Alvarez. He gonna be right away mandatory. So
Automatically.
they just want to get that belt back to him as soon as possible.
And they talk about how Canelo just gave them 4,000. Oh, 400,000. Canelo gave us 400,000 for nothing.
Come on now.
I bet. I bet it's
That's,
for nothing, huh?
yeah, yeah.
But you know who else? You know who else is goofy? The goofiest of the oofiest. The people that said Shakur need to fight Keyshawn immediately. Those are goofy.
Goofy as hell, bro. I gotta agree with you. Goofy as hell. Now, can you elaborate on that? Why you feel that way?
I believe that in this particular sport, if you feel a certain kind of way, then about fighting somebody, if you develop a type of relationship with them and it's very mutual, then nobody should be able to force you to fight them. If you decide that you want to fight them on your own, then that's fine. Go ahead and fight them. I think a lot of people be like, "Oh, that's kind of whack," because before they were saying that he wasn't going to fight Tank. He didn't want to fight Tank, but Tank gets under people's skin all the time. Just like Tank was Richard Hitcherson's boy, and then all of a sudden he talked bad about Richardson and Hitcherson. All of that stuff is kind of crazy. So I feel like if they're brothers and they consider themselves brothers, then that's what it is. They shouldn't have to fight unless they decide, yo, we'll fight later on down the road. Let us accomplish what we accomplish individually, and then let's do whatever in the end. And if not, it don't matter. What you think?
Honestly, I think that it brings me back. Remember when we're kids in elementary school or in junior high school when the whole crowd is pushing two little kids to fight. And they don't want to fight each other, but somebody's pushing this one from the back and pushing that one and say, he said something about your mother, he said something about, and until you make them fight each other, right? And it's almost like,
Right, 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 right.
can't bother them.
You don't need to mess up
So
that friendship and that family.
they value that.
And did you see him? Did you see the other day when Shakur was at the Breakfast Club? He did a Breakfast Club interview. Keyshawn was on the bench. Keyshawn was on the right there on the side. You see him?
Yo, is that, and people know that they just don't, they want to act like they don't know. But these guys, they not just friends when they're in the gym. Because, when you box, I used to box, and there's people that I was cool with, but I was only cool with them when we saw each other at the gym or when we saw each other at fights. But outside of that fight environment, we never hung out, right? So people don't
Right, right.
understand that Shakur and Keyshawn, their relationship goes beyond boxing. You know, when
Yeah,
they not fighting, when they not in training,
yeah. And you made a great point too about the fact that he went to see him when he was going through his mental stuff. That's serious. He was with him while he was going through his mental stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And normally, you
And
know who's there? Only family.
is that they're at that point where they like family. They close like that. So that's why I say, two people are close and they say we don't want to fight each other. You look like a goofball. And the thing is, the people that want them, that keep pushing for that, and that always bring it up, is the people who don't like Shakur. They know he don't want to fight Keyshawn, so they're like, fight him, fight him. The guy's about to fight Teofimo Lopez. And what are they saying? Nah, Teofimo, he lost to Cambosis. That's how you know somebody don't know shit about boxing, by the way. The best way for me to identify that somebody doesn't know shit about boxing is when they measure a fighter by their loss. They don't bring up their wins, they don't bring up their titles, they don't bring up anything but their loss. That's how you know somebody don't know shit about boxing. Teofimo Lopez is one of the best of this era, young fighters, and
Of
one of the
course,
most accomplished. And there's people out there who the only thing that they'll say is that he lost to Cambosis.
he's one of the most delusional as well, but he's a great fighter.
Oh no, he is delusional. And you know what? Let me add him to the list. The goofiest of the oofiest, Teofimo Lopez. I gotta add him, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yo, how the hell Teofimo said that he was the undisputed champion at 135 because he beat Lomachenko and Lomachenko had gotten stripped, but technically he was the guy, so he's undisputed at 135. And then he says he's also undisputed at 140 because he beat Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor had been stripped, but technically he should have been undisputed, so he's undisputed. Look at the logic. He never held the titles. But because those guys were stripped before he fought him, he said he undisputed, right?
Yeah,
Terrence Crawford wins the undisputed crown. Teofimo says he's technically not undisputed.
yeah.
Bro, how you never been undisputed in shit? And you call yourself undisputed. And then with Terrence Crawford, you say, nah, he not. What are we talking about?
He goofy. He goofy.
You're a
Now
goofball.
To is goofy. He's a great fighter, but he's goofy. And like you say about what's her name, I want to punch him in the face too. You know, figuratively
Isa
speaking.
Sulaiman?
Like, yeah.
Oh, bro, inside my head, I punched him in the mouth so many times. Goofball.
But
And
his
that
his
smirk he
his
be
true
having,
colors are
that smirk he be having in his face, that really made me want to punch him in the face.
it's like his true colors are showing. His true colors are showing. It is just a matter of time before he become completely exposed.
And look, people don't, some people don't like me saying it. And you already know, my G. I'm going to say what I'm going to say and I'm going to stand on it. Mauricio Sulaiman don't like black people, bro. They don't like
Right.
black people.
Right.
It bothers some people that I say it, and some people want to be on denial. He don't like black people. That's just the reality.
Trash.
That's just
Yeah.
the reality. That's what we got to deal with. That's why when a black fighter got one of them straps, he dying to take it away, dying to find a way to take it from him and put one of
Yeah.
his peoples in the path of that title. Yo, I'm not gonna get into it, but trust me, if I start making examples of him stripping a black fighter, and then putting the that same title in the path of a Mexican fighter. Oh man, you don't know how many times that's happened, man.
That's
I guess maybe
crazy.
it's a coincidence. Maybe it's a coincidence, and I'm bugging out.
Nah, I wouldn't say so, but you know, it's a Mauricio. But even when he made the WBC rules where he changed and put the franchise belt so that Carmelo didn't have to fight nobody, or he did the franchise belt so that Lomo wouldn't have to fight anybody. He just keep changing the rules as he go along.
Bro,
Mauricio changes the rules.
the funny thing about that is that he really had the balls to try to explain away the franchise belt. He really put himself out there with that funny ass smirk that make anybody want to punch him in the face and explain why that belt was necessary. It was so necessary that he only gave it to Canelo and Lomachenko, and then that shit disappeared. That shit don't even exist anymore, bro. What's the franchise belt?
Yeah, where is it?
That's it. It was only for Canelo and Lomachenko. That's it.
That's what you say. It's just a trinket. It's just a trinket. Goofiest of the oofiest. The
You
goofiest.
goofball. That look, that belt, it meant something. But the problem is that Mauricio, he thinks that he's bigger than Terrence Crawford. That trinket ass belt is bigger than Terrence Crawford. And he's gonna find out otherwise. That shit is gonna keep getting diminished.
And I think that I also think with Mauricio, he done barked at a wrong tree. Like he really barked at a wrong tree. And he didn't think that he probably didn't think Terrence was gonna come out the very next day and just spaz with him like that. Now it's on. Now it's on. This man is traveling the world, blah 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 blah, or this magazine or that magazine. They got him on the Romania. Have you saw that?
Yeah, bro, this man is over there in Japan with the samurai, dancing salsa in Cuba, fucking with the kangaroos in Australia, in Africa with the elephant. Yo, bro, Terrence Crawford taking over the world in boxing.
And that just shows and solidifies the fact that he is the face of boxing. That's why they wanted to take that from him anyway, to make him try to make him look bad. You didn't do nothing but make yourself look like a fool, Mauricio.
Goofball. And let me just say something. Because there's pride into what Mauricio did. Pride plays a factor here. You know why? Because the other three sanctioning bodies took the money that Crawford gave them because they know he's not going to defend those titles. That's free money. We're going to take this money and then he's going to vacate 5, 6 months, whatever it is, right? Free money. And you have the face of boxing representing your brand, representing your title. That's good for you. Mauricio could have kept Crawford with that title for 5, 6 more months, whatever amount of time it was, and we wouldn't even be having a negative conversation about his goofy ass and his corrupt WBC. We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
That's right.
He could have
That's right.
been flying with his crooked ass under the radar, but he opened up a whole can of worm. And it's a domino
Yeah.
effect. Because look at the domino effect. Crawford came out firing bullets on all cylinder, right? After WBC, after your belt, right? But you saw that very same day all over social media, fans, after WBC, F Mauricio Sulaiman. You saw that right away. That's another domino. You see, first Crawford, then the fans. What's another domino? We asking about the money. That's things that we let it fly over our heads. We kind of know it's happening, but we don't talk about it now. We want to talk about it. Oh, you want 300,000? What you doing with all this money, fam? So you see, you bringing up all these topics that you don't really want to talk about, Mauricio Goofball Sulaiman.
And then he gonna make that. Then he made that cardboard. They made the cardboard Terrence Crawford, and they was calling it saying this guy, and they kept saying this guy, this guy. That was disrespectful. We wish this guy the best.
I got beef with you, bro. Why would you sign some shit and send like you think I want your signature? My nigga, I want to punch you in the mouth. What you doing?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that was just some more
yeah, yeah.
disrespectful shit, goofy shit. What?
You got a few more in a chat or the goofball list.
Oh,
Where the goofballs at?
they scared. They scared to death, bro. Scared to death.
Come on,
Goofballs. Nah, listen,
where
listen.
the goofballs at? You know who's supposed to be here, right? Eric Gomes
Who?
told me said he was coming. Eric
Listen,
Gomes.
bro. Let me tell you something. Eric Gomes usually says, "Let me in, let me in," like on Wednesdays or Thursdays. So I could be like, next Monday, and they never show up. This the third goofiest of the oof. Eric Gomes hasn't been to one. Matter of fact, yo, last Friday he was like, "Yo, let me in right now. Watch, I'ma cook you." I'm like, "Come on, bro. You know ain't no link available. On Monday, you know the
Yeah,
time. Watch, I'ma see you on
yeah.
Monday." Goofiest of
Here
the
he comes.
oofiest, Eric Gomes.
You know who else was supposed to come too?
Who?
The Hydra Grubs.
Oh, the hydro grind. But he know he be getting cooked with little conspiracies and shit. No, and with sneak hating on Crawford.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
the hydro grind talking about, nah, because they stripped him in the WBC, so I guess history is not really gonna recognize him as undisputed, but at least the fans will recognize him. But I'm not hating though. That
yeah.
sneak hate.
Since when they started to do that? Since when did they start doing that? You know what? It's crazy because on another podcast they were looking at how Floyd was like, "Nah, I'm not fighting for undisputed. I'm fighting for this one belt. I don't care about those belts." And they start saying, "Oh, so if Floyd didn't fight for the rest of those belts, and he wasn't undisputed, then maybe Crawford wasn't undisputed." Nah, Crawford's undisputed. Hands down.
So
No
so
thoughts
here's the
about it.
deal. So look, here's the deal. Here's the deal that people don't understand, and it's very simple. The moment that he beat Canelo Alvarez, he's undisputed. The moment you put that W on his
Regardless,
record,
yeah,
he's undisputed. Now, what happens is, and people don't get this part, you pay the fee so that you can keep the title. And if you don't pay it, they strip it, right? If Mauricio Sulaiman, the goofball, had to means that he held it. If he held it, he was undisputed. It's a no-brainer.
yeah,
You can't take. See, that's the thing. You can't change history. All you did was take
because
a you took a plastic away. We know who's the undisputed champion at 168.
and he tried to say that he added something for the Madrigal fight. Nobody asked you to put no interim in there. No, nobody asked you to throw that interim in there. Get out of here. Nobody asked you.
Who
Because
asked you for that shit,
you
man?
see,
That's
you
another
see all of the.
slick, bro. That's another slick ass way for the goofball Sulaiman corrupt to try to take money from fighters. Nah, make you interim.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Nobody want to be no interim champ. That's the face of boxing. What are
You
you
put
talking about?
and you see they stopped him from getting that Fedora fight. Fedora
Yeah.
Fedora with the two straps.
And the funny thing is that they sidestepped him because Fondora was gonna fight Arrow, and Arrow still hasn't been in the ring over 2 years. They just didn't want him to have that fight.
I think Arrow might come back. I'm saying this and I'm saying might because they had you see how they had what's his name? They had Frank Martin with Buddy McGirt. Because remember we were saying who was going to be his new trainer. Got if Earl was able to get Frank Martin, Buddy McGirt, then he will probably be able to get him for himself as well. That'll
Yeah.
be a good look, but I don't know who he's gonna come back and fight though.
I mean, look, the thing is, man, the Arrow fans, he got money. You know, he's not
Yeah,
in need. He's not in need. He's not struggling. So he doesn't have to come back. That's the thing. He
at
doesn't
all.
have to. So in reality, he just have to want to. Whenever he say, because he
Yeah,
said it before, I've seen him say multiple times on camera. I'll come back when I'm ready. When I'm ready. So
yeah.
I think
That's what
at
he said.
some
Yeah,
point, I think at some point he's gonna get that itch. He's gonna get that, wanting to be in the ring again, wanting to get that action. I think at some point that's gonna happen, and that's when he's gonna decide to fight. Because money wise, he's not gonna have no problem.
and who else? You know who else got to go on this list or the
Who?
goofy list? The T man,
Who?
the T man,
Who's that?
TAAK. Got to take, take. Got to go on the goofy list. You know why?
Tate?
I
Which
heard
Tate?
now. Take Davis. He got
Oh,
to go on
Tank
the goofy
Davis.
list.
Why? Why he got to go on the goofy list?
I'm hearing now all of a sudden after the Roach fight, he's gonna be coming back to fight Pitbull Bull again. Why you ain't come back and fight Roach?
Hold on.
Why you ain't coming?
When are you saying he's gonna fight Pitbull before the rematch?
Well, it'll be a rematch with Pitbull too.
No. But what I'm saying is
Yeah,
when he
that's
comes
what I'm
back, is he
saying. Yeah,
coming
that's what
back
I'm
to the
saying.
rematch with Roach?
Oh, you said is Tate gonna fight Pitbull before Roach and Pitbull get the rematch?
Yeah, who's
I
he gonna
don't
fight
know.
first?
I don't know because I think I saw him put out a tweet saying that he's gonna come back and fight Pitbull.
Hmm. I mean, honestly,
I bet.
I would prefer to see the rematch with Lamar Roach
Yeah,
for obvious reasons because he beat Pitbull with Roach. That was, come
it's
on now.
controversial.
That was an anticipated rematch that we was gonna get.
That's the infamous. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. That's like so stupid. Like now, I can't say nothing about like braids because when I had braids, my hair used to be greasy too. But like 2 days ago, your hair should still be as greasy. Now, 2 days ago, your hair shouldn't be as greasy. And you don't have a lot of hair, bro. You ain't got none of this.
They said it was one little joint that jumped and hit him in the eye.
You ain't got
One
none of
little
this,
braid.
Tate.
Bing! Oh man,
Take
that
take
was
his
crazy.
wallet though.
Man. Listen, that's something right there, a unique situation, the way it all played out, with Tank Davis taking a knee, going to his corner, then wiping his face while the clock is ticking, the referee kind of just stuck looking at everybody. That was a whole crazy sequence, man. Crazy.
I just hope that he comes back better because a lot of trolling is for publicity and stuff like that. But the last piece of trolling that he did wasn't cool.
What was it? I
You
don't
saw that
remember.
he was like, "You better chill out before I come and get your mother or your sister or something like that." Say something crazy like that.
Oh yeah. That's not right. That's not right.
Yeah,
See,
that wasn't cool. Take.
that's when you see he gotta come down. He need people around him
Yeah,
to make sure that you can't be saying stuff like that, especially publicly, because that makes you look bad. Yeah,
yeah, especially after you got off. They say that he got off, right? So if he's quote unquote innocent, it either sometimes you're guilty, but you can still get off, right? In a lot of cases, people can be guilty and they get off, but that's just a blessing. Not everybody is as fortunate to be guilty and get off.
yeah,
We know a lot of people that were not guilty that are still locked up to this day. for whatever reason it may be. So to be fortunate to be guilty and supposedly people have proof and you still get off, that's just a blessing. And he should be really like on his best behavior. Not like his
But
best behavior, like he needs to be a priest or nothing, but he needs to be better than he is now.
I mean, we have to also see, because obviously that situation happened and he's been laying low. So,
Yeah,
we have to see how things progress. I will say though, and that's something that I like to see. For he was out there for Thanksgiving, giving out turkeys in the hood.
yeah, he's good
Giving
for that.
out
He's good for that.
giving out coats, giving out clothing to kids. So that's positive. Seeing him giving to Detroit, giving to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's always been a person that do that for the hood, but I see some. It's may sound funny, but I see some gangsters give to the hood. They still be on gangster activity though. I see some gangsters going around giving out pieces, giving
Yeah,
out slices of pieces like that to the hood. So
yeah.
it doesn't negate their reputation or anything
No,
like
you're
that,
right.
but it just shows that they have a nice side or a kind side, like when they
No,
want to.
and let me tell you something too. I've seen some people that they giving out specifically because they want a group of people to see them as a hero. That way,
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
everybody see me as a fucked up monster, as an animal. But when they come to the hood and they ask these people, they go, like, "Oh, he's a hero. He always doing this to us." I've seen people do that in the hood too. Like when I
right.
was out there, when I was in the streets, I seen people like, "Yo, you gotta do things to work on people's perception and
Yeah,
shit.
you gotta have a
You gotta
scapegoat.
control the
You gotta have a
perception."
scapegoat.
So that's why, every villain, the worst person you ever seen out there, they always got a few people that to them they're a hero and they're the best person.
Yep, it's a fact. It's a fact.
So he has a really good heart. You just really don't know him.
Yep. They say that. They say that. Well, yo, they say that at the funeral all the time. They say that at the funerals all the time. But let me keep it real. They do have good hearts. They
Yeah,
do
yeah.
have good hearts. They just find themselves in the wrong place at the wrong time or the bad situations. And when you find yourself in bad situations, it's what you're gonna do.
Let
Are
me
you gonna escape?
let me drop a gem on you about that having
Yep.
a good heart. About having a good heart. And this is a problem with having a good heart until you start getting older and you understand it, right? When you have a good heart, you don't want to say no to people and you always
That's
say
me.
yes. So you even end up saying yes to people when it's to your detriment, when it can land you in a bad spot because you want to be the good guy. So that you're right about that, where you're the good guy. You say yes, you want to help people, you want to do the right thing. You have a good heart, but having a good heart will get you in trouble. Trying to look out for people. Happened to me
Yeah.
personally. Happened to me personally. Trying to look out for people. Boom, locked up, just like that.
I deal with the same thing. And I mean, I was fortunate not to get locked up from those kind of situations, but I dealt with the same thing. I got crazy bills and stuff that don't even belong to me, but just being a good person.
It
And
happens. It
now it's in
happens.
my name. Now it's in my name, so it's like I can't even live yet. Like I'm living off of taking care of somebody else's stuff. That heart thing is tough though, Jay, because when you have a heart like that, man, people could still keep taking advantage of you and taking
They
advantage of you
always gonna try to
to the
take
point
advantage.
where like where you don't know that, or even like you said, you could become naive to the fact that they're taking advantage of you just because that your heart is so good, but
And
to
no,
the detriment of them. Go ahead.
your heart is so good that you see red flags in people and you ignore them, bro. Damn, they'll shit on you over and over. And you even try to tell yourself that they didn't do it on purpose, that they didn't mean to do you like that, that they was probably on something. Like you just won't accept that they don't have the same heart as you.
Yeah, that you know what's crazy? You got to people got to go on the goofier the oofiest because, like, truth be told, like I've been giving people just like you said, and like yo, they get upset when you ask for your money back.
Oh no, don't ask for your money back. They so
Nah, they gonna
polite.
get upset
They
with you.
so polite when they need it though. So nice. So humble. But let me just point something out, my G. And that's when it comes to relationships. People don't understand that every relationship is not gonna remain the same. There's
That's
people who
true.
you think they your best friends that they not your best friends. There's people who act like they mad cool with you who actually don't give a damn about you, but they are cool with you. You see that logic? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. We act like your friend. We'll hang with you, roll with you, everything. And people don't understand that concept because it sounds like a movie shit. But
Yeah,
it only takes things to go south for you to find out what's what. As long as everything is
that's
good, you
why
don't
like
know.
that's why I've been like that this year. 2025 has been an awakening for me as well. Like yo, like I cool, heart, good heart this, good heart that. These people ain't my friends. Like yo, I personally I play music and stuff, right? I play different instruments and stuff. So like you know that I play instruments. These people know that I play instruments. They used to be in programs with me. We used to play together. We used to get paid together, right? Why you don't call me? You know the level of my talent. You're not my friend. Yeah, I would always say bro and sis and this and this.
Let me
You're
give you
not
an
my friend.
example.
You're not my
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
yeah, yeah,
Before I made my own YouTube channel, right? I have no let's say I have no YouTube channel. I never created boxing content. Like as in I'm being a content creator. I just used to create stuff on my Facebook, right?
yeah.
How is it that before I created my channel, I used to post on my Facebook, yo, mad comments and people sharing my shit, commenting like crazy. I create my YouTube channel and now I share my YouTube stuff. Yo, I should be having zero comments, zero likes, zero share. So when it was just a little hobby and I wasn't making no money off of it, you was liking it and sharing it like crazy, commenting all of it, the works. But now that I get a little paper off of it, you won't even click on that like button. That should be having zero comments, zero likes, zero everything. Explain that.
That's crazy. That's crazy because it's hate. It's that undercover hate. It's so hateful because bro, like, and that's the thing that I don't like because we all have our own lane, so we all can make something happen for ourselves. You get what I'm saying? And we should all appreciate the level of talent that someone else have and what type of things they bring to the table. Because I can't do it like you, and you can't do it like me. So the fact that you do it like yourself and you have an audience, you bring our audience to your stuff, and I bring my audience to your and you bring your audience to my stuff, and I bring my audience to your stuff, and then we
Yeah.
create a community instead of hating on each other. That's why we can't grow because there's too many crab in the barrel, too many crabs in the barrel.
But I'm also gonna tell you a problem that I see. And in reality, this problem sorts itself out. In boxing, and I'm saying in boxing because that's what I do, right? In boxing, there's a lot of people who don't know shit about boxing. And and then in social media it becomes like a popularity thing. So it's not about who's the most knowledgeable, it's about who's the most popular. So if you see me and Showbiz the Entertainer, for example, a lot of people are gonna listen to him because he's super famous, super popular. But he couldn't sit for a second and try to debate with me boxing. I cook him brutally.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's super popular. He's famous.
You got the
So
spot right there.
and I'm not even trying to knock him because the guy, he's somebody who's already around a lot of fighters, around trainers, around coaches. So when you're in that environment, when you're around those people, you absorb a lot of knowledge. You're absorbing firsthand knowledge from the people that's doing it. It's not the same as you just watching TV and coming up with your own opinion. You got these people and you ask them questions, you engage them. So he has a certain level of knowledge. He belongs where he's at. You know what I'm saying? He earned that spot.
Right,
But there's
right.
people on social media that you're like, this person don't even got the talent to be here. What the hell is this dude doing over here? Like I would say, out of 100 people, that's quote unquote a content creator, you got
Yeah.
five. You got five that's actually talented and they going somewhere.
Right, right,
The other 95,
right. But
you just filling up space over here.
but they realize that you're talented, or so they'll automatically look at somebody else that lacks, or somebody that has the talent but aren't as talented as you are, and they'll be like, "Yo, Jay should be here." You know what I'm saying? Ob should be over here. You know what I'm saying? OK should be over here. You're like, I like the way K does it better than that person. You dig what I'm saying? But that's because in a lot of cases they develop a relationship with you, so now they want to push you forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 of course.
West does it. Look, West does it in the building.
Oh,
West does it.
West
You trying to
Dustin
get on
is
the
in
link?
the building. Yo, salute, West Dustin. What's up, West Dustin? Hit that link. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to hit that link. But I will say, bro, the way that people act, the way the people move is crazy. I won't even get into details, but it's just crazy to see it. West Dustin, what's the deal,
Yeah.
my G? Who else is the goofiest of the oofiest? We put in a lot of them on the spot. Well, my
Who else in
people,
the
listen.
building?
They scur, man. They scur. They see that link and they scur. They scur. My
Man,
people's check it, man. We about to get the hell out of here because y'all scared to death. My G, I appreciate you. You a real one, man. They scared to death. They
thank you,
shook.
man.
They shook.
I've been trying to get on for a long time, bro.
All right, man. Here we
West
go.
doesn't say what's the topic. What's the topic?
Man, the topic, the goofiest of the oofiest. And these are the nominees that I got so far, man. Goofball, Mauricio Sulaiman, the Goofball fans that been hating on Terrence Crawford, and then of course Oscar De La Hoya. One day titles don't mean nothing, but now when it comes to Terrence Crawford, he got to pay the fee. Oscar De La Hoya is another goofball. You said a few. You said a few goofballs too. Who was that you mentioned?
Oh, the people that saying that Shakur should fight Keyshawn.
Those are some goofballs for sure.
Those people
You
that
said
say
you
that
said
shit.
somebody. I forgot who was it you said. That was a
Oh,
goofball.
Tank is a goofball.
Oh, the goofiest of the oofiest. West
Hey,
Dustin. Damn. I'm mad late. I must be the goofball for showing up too late. It's so good, my brother.
dang.
Listen. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're gonna be doing the goofiest of the oofiest, and it's different than in the other channel because there's a couple thousands of subscribers over there. A lot more people tuning in, so it's gonna be a smaller crowd. We started new. But we going from zero, my peoples, and just like we growing over there in Box Center 2.0, we're gonna explode over here. Cause listen, I hate to toot my own horn, but I'm him. It's for real. I'm him.
You got it. You got it.
My God, I
You got
appreciate
it,
you,
Jay.
man. You already know what it is. You want to give a shout out to anybody
Salute,
before
Jay.
getting out of here?
Yeah, shout out to the whole chat, man. The goofballs. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody didn't get up, man. Always saying that I'm not going to come up. Always saying that I was afraid to come up. I've been trying to get on the last time. The first episode, my phone was the goofiest of the oofiest. Then after that, you know what I mean? I couldn't get on. Today I was coming from Queens, freezing in 26-degree weather, trying to get here. Like I gotta get on, I gotta get on.
Ah,
But I made it. We had a great episode.
yo, shout out to the goofiest of the oofiest that was scared to death, my brother. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace West does it.
Yeah. My peoples, y'all already know what it is, man. This was another episode of Goofiest of the Oofiest. Salute to everybody who tuned in for the behind the scenes. Salute to everybody who showed up on the live. Y'all already know what it is, man. We're gonna keep doing what we do. Salute to my brother Shaku Hands, my brother West Usset, my peoples, everybody who tuned in, man. I appreciate y'all. This was the third episode of Oofiest of the Oofiest. The next one will be next Monday, where we're gonna say the top 10 goofiest of the oofiest of 2025. You already know what it is, my peoples. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, boxing for breakfast, my peoples. Y'all know we gotta get this boxing for breakfast. A healthy dosage of sweet science will be delivered to you guys. My peoples, you already know what it is, man. I'm Jay Smith. I'm getting the hell out of here. Peace.